We do the off. These are the it's a book that we last week, which is the title of the book. We published it. Yeah, the book, they're all here. So, so can do all of this. Okay. Okay.
This is for 335 or 338.
And this is the development one.
Which is the number?
Let me see. This is the 38.
Okay. Are you able to start the slides for your assignment? Talked about.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I just need to finish putting everything in. And
Maybe you should okay, go back. See what you did.
this is a discussion.
Okay.
This is
So this is what we're doing today. I saw, okay, you said the slide you already started, so that's fine with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing this discussion prompt, right?
Yes.
Standardized test versus teacher-made test. Okay. What are standardized tests and teacher-made tests? What's the difference between them?
One, the teacher made is made by the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is so-called kind of like, I think it's more made of like by the not really teachers, but like by the school system.
Oh,
It's not really the teacher.
okay. So one is physical, like a paper or maybe anything. Then the other one is just the university, right?
Yeah, for that kind, it's mainly but most of the time it would be the computer, and then there's paper
Oh, okay.
kind.
Oh, so what are you supposed like to do in
Um,
this?
So-called the first one is that the advantages of the standardized test compared to the teacher-made.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is the advantages of the teacher-made
Mm-hmm.
compared to the standardized, the advantages.
Oh, you started the work already.
No, this is the,
This is a rubric.
this
Okay.
is the, what's Anita?
List and briefly elaborate on 2 advantages of standardized test when compared to teacher-made test. Okay, did you start answering?
I have I have something answered for the questions here, but I think I might need to change some of the ideas or like
Okay, where did you start?
I got this.
Did you write that on your own?
Yeah.
Okay. One advantage. When did you source, where did you source this? Does your professor want you to source whatever that you're gonna use to answer the question?
I think for this discussion post,
It doesn't require any source. You
yeah,
only
no resource.
So the only thing that you have to do is just upload it on D12.
Yeah, and just answer and then post it there.
Okay. One advantage of standardized tests is how fast they can be graded since they're mainly graded by the computer instead of the teacher. Okay. A disadvantage of a teacher-made test is that they are often graded by the teacher, which is time consuming. The second advantage of standardized test is that since all questions are the same for each student, teachers can compare the results to determine what student already know and what needs to be taught or reviewed. Teachers can use the result for the standardized test to create their future lessons and tests in classrooms. Okay, okay. And the second is the advantage. One advantage of teacher-made test is that it's based on exactly what students have been learning in the past. So teacher-made tests can be given to students at any time throughout the lesson when it's being taught class. An advantage of teacher-made tests is that they're designed to provide specific feedback to individual students, allowing them to address any problems they have after taking the test. This way, students can improve and learn from their mistake. Okay, what's the second question?
The third question is, as a teacher, you will probably find yourself using both types of tests. And then based on what you will teach, some standardized tests might be mandated, outline and try to define how you will use both to enhance learning among the children in your classroom and the grade like K to 2 and the area of learning and the challenges, how I will resolve the challenges.
Okay, did you start that one?
I had chosen kindergarten here.
Okay. So those are your answers.
Yeah.
Okay, you wrote this by yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you got the information somewhere online. I just want to be sure that you paraphrase whatever that you took online. Or if it's a book, that's fine too, as long as you paraphrased. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you remember where you sourced this part of the question? You don't have to show me. I just want you to remember.
Yeah. I think that it was like my personal experience with them, really kind of.
Oh, okay, this one. Okay, that's nice. Okay.
With the standardized part, but like with the teacher made, I really haven't really done any teacher made
Mm-hmm.
yet.
But the standardized test.
For sure, that part for sure, but the teacher made, I
You
haven't.
haven't done.
I don't really have any that experience of making the test myself, so I don't really have much of that.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Standardized test will be administered. Okay. throughout the school year, and teachers will receive the scores from previous year in advance. The first standardized test of the school year can also help teachers understand how a student are learning and what additional information might need to be taught to the student. Although standardized tests can be helpful in teaching kindergartens, they also present some challenges. One of the challenges that when students take standardized tests, they start them early in the morning and they would need to be finished. Hold on. One student. And one challenge is that when students take the standardized them early in the morning and they will need to be with everything time frame. Do you see any problem in that sentence?
Maybe that second part here.
Yeah, one, I think you got, it's, I get what you're
Yeah.
trying to say, like, it has a time
Yeah.
limit in it. Like, when you start, you just have to do it. So, one challenge is that when students take the test, standardized test, they start them early in the morning and they will need to be finished with everything on the test within the time frame. It's usually between 2-3 days. Okay, I get it, but maybe you want to frame that a little bit, like
The wording from here.
the wording, yeah. It makes sense what you're saying, Mandy. Makes sense that once you start, the clock is gonna stop clicking.
Yeah.
Going back to it back and forth to the until the let's say the time will end maybe after 3 days. Yeah. It makes sense what you're saying. Maybe just try it. I think it's the grammar. Um when you say I this thing here, this one is confusing me. When they start them early in the morning, they will need be finished with it to be finished with everything on the test. So then, what do you mean? This sentence here, let me just highlight it.
Yeah.
When you read it, don't you feel like
Yeah, it kind of don't make sense.
yeah.
Why
did you say morning? Like, why don't you just say when they start? They can start anytime. Do you think that people usually start standardized tests in the morning? Does the source say that? Like, it has to be in the morning? I believe some can start anytime.
Most of the time it is in the morning, but like if they're not finished, then those ones that finished can do in the afternoon. But most of the time it's taken in the morning.
Like that, is that the rule of any
Because
standardized
like
test?
the testing, most of the time when they're doing these testing throughout the early in the beginning and the middle and then toward the end, they're most of the time in the morning.
Oh, okay. So
it is in the morning. So.
Oh, okay. Early in the morning, and they will need to be finished within everything. I would say okay.
But like they would try to finish it in that one day.
Yeah.
But if they're not done or like they're absent,
They can just save whatever and then come
do
back
it
to it later.
another day because they work there the first day. They will come when they're back. They can take it that day. So.
Okay. Do you want to change the grammar there? Because early in the morning and they will need to be finished with everything. Press end. Because it's the thing that it has a red line. Try to press and see what comes because
Or the which one? The test?
the end
Just
it's a comma. Okay, when the standardized test, what does this say? Can you
want a comma here too.
okay. Can you put that and see if it will make sense? So you know, standardized test can be helpful. Can helpful with teaching. So the standardized test can be helpful in teaching kindergartens. They also present some challenges. One of the challenges the student, you can say have to take maybe. Students must. You said it's a must for it to start in the morning. Maybe you should say like one challenge is when student take the standardized test, they have to start early in the morning. They have to start or they must. Because you told me it's a must. That's how the exam is kind of like same. Here. Okay, remove have now. Let's have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, although standardized tests can be helpful in teaching kindergartens, they also present some of the challenges. Some challenges are when a student when student when a student when students take no, hold on, when students students take standardized tests, they must start early in the morning, and they're required maybe to finish fire they're okay, they're required to finish within, you can remove that with every test that within the time frame set. Within the time frame, which is usually between 2 or 3 days for the testing. I think you should put a full stop there.
At the end of testing or days?
Days. Because it's a way,
Okay.
it's a very long sentence.
Okay.
Okay. Why is it marking blue? Check what is wrong. Sorry.
Change the wording.
No. Sometimes the computer is crazy. This needs it also. Okay. Although standardized tests can be helpful in teaching, what's wise teaching on who?
They want to
Helpful.
change.
No, dismiss it. Not everything that the computer says is wise. Challenge is that when students take the standardized test, they must start early. They must start early in the morning, and they're required to finish within the time frame, which is usually 2 to 3 days. Okay. Because not all students are present on the test days, some student will need to take the test on a different day. Okay, what does that mean? You deleted something. Can you go back and undo and see how it connects with this sentence? You deleted something. There's something that you deleted. Click there, undo. And see what was it. We're testing. Okay, delete it. Because not all students. What do you mean after, because not all students are present on the test day, some student will need to take the test on a different day. What do you mean by that?
I know for sure most of the time, like, those tests, if it's like a reading test, most of the time, have like 2 days to finish it. But like if the kid is not there, then they make it more than like the 2 days for the teachers to put it into grade in the system. So that's where the 2-3 days come.
Okay, I'm trying to understand that again. Look at it. Because not all students are present on the test day, some students will need to take the test on a different day. Okay, if the standardized test is 2 or 3, if someone doesn't is not present, you mean the standardized test?
Yeah.
Or okay, if they're not present, that means they have to take the test on a different day.
Yeah.
So you mean, is there like a time frame where like they say this is the time where the standardized test is available, and then the next one is going to be on date so and so, then the next one is going to be on date so and so. Is there something like that?
There is something like that, but like I suppose sometimes the kids not even there on those makeup days.
Mm-hmm.
There are makeup days for these tests.
Oh, so they have makeup.
Yeah, they're the makeup days.
So, okay. Maybe you should say, in case not all students are present on the day of the test, some student will need to take the test on a different day. I don't know if that would make sense. Don't you think that would make sense? Like,
For here? Okay.
yeah. Because,
Would I change the start, the beginning of the sentence then?
yeah, what do you think about because? Because there at the end it says, which is usually between 2 or 3 days, because not all students are present on the day of the test. Some student will need to take the test on a different day. Okay, another question for you.
Yes.
Um, in the time frame that is 2 to 3 days, um, you mean the student also will not be available, like to go into the system and do the test? In that time frame, like 2 to 3 days. Explain that to me. Because when the sentence ends here, Mandy, whatever that starts here, it kind of like connect with what ended here. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay, so because not all students are present on the on the test day. Some will need to take tests on a different day. You mean even after these days are over, there's some student that they won't find time in this time frame? That's what you're saying.
I think from that part, it's so called kind of like if they're not there during those days of the testing, they're like just kind of make the they're kind of like behind on their tests.
You mean the time frame that was given?
Yeah, they will be behind the kids themselves for the teachers to put in the test for the
Say that again because I'm trying to really
like the if the kid's not there and
for the okay, if not there, where? Like
at
because
school.
this is okay, the test is done at school.
Yeah,
the standardized
these tests are all at school.
Okay, standardized test. Okay, let's say okay,
And even the teacher made, so they're both at school.
but they have a time frame
Yeah.
from okay, let's say 1 to 3 days, right?
Mhm.
And somebody has to be here. What if that student it's me and I miss these 3 days? Does that mean I have to wait until the next? I mean, the next time that they will announce there will be a standardized test. That's my question.
Kind of for some of them, yes. Or you just missed the test itself, or like some of them they'll do let you take it like when you come back. That kind of test.
Did you?
Yeah, if you miss it,
Mhm.
if you come back the next day, then like sometimes they will give you the test to take it that day, and then like if you're not finished, then you can take it after.
So they
That
can,
kind of.
even if you're late.
If you're late, but and then like you're not finished, you can finish it later. Kind of stuff.
Because I'm trying to understand that because not all students are present. Okay, so I'm still at the person. Taking the okay, let me finish the entire sentence. Taking this test, learning, taking this test on a later date can cause a delay in the grading of the standardized test. This can affect the student learning in class because the student who didn't take the test when it was originally given will now miss the instruction the rest. Why is there? I think there should be removed. There, here, this thing here. No, this one there. So it will affect the student. That's what you say.
That's what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, okay. So that's the disadvantage of standardized.
But if
you miss it, so this will affect you.
Because you kind of will miss class what you're supposed to learn
Stuff.
Yeah, but you'll be taking a test instead. Like that.
Yeah. Can you see what's going on here?
Yeah, I think they want to change the words.
You don't want to change the word?
they're trying to change the
Okay,
The
just
word.
dismiss it. What's up with that? You want to change the word again?
pick it up.
No, just. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. In contrast, an advantage. In contrast, an advantage. We can just say the advantage. The advantage of administering teacher-made tests is that they can be given at any time of the day, almost any week. The school year, teacher-made tests are written in a way that allows maybe. Wait, let student show allows student to show their teacher it. Okay,
Hello.
yeah, I think. Yeah, it's saying I figured maybe it would be correct because it's okay. Where okay. Teacher made tests are written in a way that allows the student to show. Can you see what's going on? To show their teacher.
They want to change the word to demonstrate to their teacher.
Put showcase. Their teacher if they learned anything. They learned. Check what's going on. That's when it does that. If they've learned, yeah, if they've learned, yeah, remove anything.
Okay.
Yeah, just learned from the unit. What do you mean unit?
I think the
Maybe class materials, maybe? I don't know. Just think
but
about
the lesson.
yeah, maybe. For example, showcase their teachers have learned from the lesson or class material. So I don't know why you lessons on class. No, no, don't put it. Oh, hold on. Don't just do it.
Mhm.
For example, if the class is learning about the parts of a plant, teacher, the test, if student can include activities related to plants, the life cycle of the plant, show and how to grow a plant from a seed. One challenge to an administering teacher made tasks. Is that it takes time to both create and grade. Check test there.
I'm gonna make it a cow.
A comma, yeah. It does make sense. Because when I read it, did you hear my sound?
Oh
help
yeah.
Post? Yeah. Since okay, check that. Since it will cover topics, dismiss. It will cover topics students are currently learning or have learned in class. The test means that you did learn something. Dismiss all the blue stuff. It's begging you to put a comma.
In the front instead.
Okay, the test has, okay, big goals. Test has many parts and grading. Parts and grading. Is one of the excellent. This test is happening. It's a grading based on those things here that they have covered. Teacher will be grading the test they have created. Teacher will be grading. The teacher will grade maybe. Teacher will grade. You do understand why?
Yeah.
Because anything with ing, it's a continuous thing. Teacher will grade the test they have created, and since there is no computer assistant, as there is with standardized tests, this grading can be very time consuming. Okay. You want to read it before? You don't have to read it loud. You can just read it back and just see it for yourself if you're pleased with everything. Whenever you write something at the end of the day, you have to proofread it.
Yes. I think I would need to change the consistency of that
Which one?
for the,
You said 2 sentences?
yeah, the second, it seems that these two kind of change in some ways. It does make sense, but like some of the wording, maybe I need to kind of reword it.
Okay, well, okay, write it the way you want to rewrite it. Maybe you don't want to delete it immediately, just delete parts, then put whatever that it's in your mind right now.
Because the wording of it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense.
The test has many parts and grading is more difficult compared to the standardized test, since the test has been created on a computer. Compared to the standardized test. Maybe you should put the teacher-made test. I don't know, to differentiate there, where it says.
Here,
No, here. Okay, so that the teacher-made test has many parts, that's what you're saying?
yeah,
Okay. Put the test has many parts, and grading is more difficult. Check difficult.
change the words.
Compared to the standardized. Compared to the standardized. Since maybe you can say because, I don't know. Because the test has not been. Because the teacher.
I think that part was trying to say it was like not taking on the computer. That's what that part, I think.
Okay,
trying to say here.
because the test has not been created on the computer.
It's not, they're not really taking this
Okay.
kind of, most,
Yeah.
not all the time, these tests that teacher made on the computer. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, maybe we can put that. Write that down.
Hmm.
Okay, read it and see if it makes sense the way you wanted it. How do you feel right now about it?
A bit better, I think. We'll just read it a few more times to make sure everything.
It's okay, yeah, just make sure you go through it again and make sure the grammar is, it's okay, because professors do check that.
Yeah, it does seems like some parts make sense, but at the same time, not really.
Okay, well, right now you feel okay.
It seems okay. I just maybe look a few more times to make sure.
Yeah, I will just suggest the same thing. Reread it like 5 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure that everything makes sense, like the way you wanted to present it,
Mhm.
it's actually the same thing.
Yeah. To make sure.
Okay, Mandy.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's all for now. Thank you.
Time is over.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah. Have a good one.
You
If you have classes, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look you up.
Thank you.